What is up, everybody? Welcome to ArchonTV What Show V3 Episode 7. As always, I'm ArchonTV with my co-host.
Sir Fat Nuts.
And this week we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to cover normal gaming news. We're going to do E3 predictions since E3 is next week. Before we get into that, though, I want to cover real fast. We will be doing small coverage over the event next week. We'll be recording some of the ongoings and we'll be kind of live streaming it with you guys and chat if you want to come hang out. Just talk about some of what we see, some of the reveals. So with that out of the way, let's hop into it. E3 prediction show. I'll let you start off. What is one thing that you think we're going to see at E3 this year, or that you want to see?
I want more on this new Pokemon game I'm hearing about. The Pokemon Go Pikachu, Pokemon Go Eevee. I want to know if that's legit or not. It's been rumors, but I've seen a few Facebook ads or whatnot. I want to check that out because apparently you're supposed to be able to take your Pokemon from your phone and upload it to Pokemon the Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch.
Interesting. See, I never got into the Pokemon Go craze. I know you played a little bit of it. I mean,
yeah.
What is there to it?
It's pretty much most people. It's just they get in a car, a bunch of their friends, and drive around finding spots to catch Pokemon. And you can also do it with walking, and you can even do it a lot of malls have Pokestops and things.
Okay.
So in a Pokestop, you put essence or whatever on it, and it attracts a bunch of Pokemon. So you can start a Pokemon party. Yeah. Actually, rare Pokemon.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say I could see the Switch working with that mechanic because the Switch is mobile like a phone, So I'm sure there's probably some support for it where you'd be able to do the same thing. Is there anything you'd like to see added to the Switch version that the mobile versions didn't have?
Well, I like the catching the system, but I also like to be able to battle the wild Pokemon. That's what every other Pokemon game that wasn't Pokemon Go had, and that was my favorite part is having your Pokemon pit up against another one. I mean, at this point, with all the changes they make to Pokemon Go, everyone should know about the IV calculators and stuff that if they're playing the Pokemon Go game. That if you catch one Pokemon at one level, it's not going to be as good as another Pokemon that could be at the same level because of the stats. So with that being, it's almost all Pokemon games. But that being said, when it goes into when you're downloading it onto a new system or a new adventure, how good are those IVs going to be still as good as the Pokemon in that system? If Pikachu, a maxed out Pikachu, is he going to be as good as a maxed out Pikachu on that? The IV is going to be pretty much
link up and match up. But
I see that could be a problem, but I do want to see, actual battles. I do like the idea they're coming out with the Pokeball that you can use to transfer your Pokemon with, and that's pretty cool. I used to carry on a Pokeball as a kid. Don't joke, but that's a different story.
Well, that's cool. So maybe we'll get that at E3 from the Nintendo conference, which I believe is on Sunday. I think one thing I want to see, this isn't rumored at all, but it's just something I've been dying to see for a long period of time. I would love to see Sony come out and show a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2. I would love to see that. This isn't even rumored, by the way. This is just something I want to see. This right here would steal the show for me if they would just come out and release PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2.
That game was awesome. It had its glitches and stuff, but we all know they gave up. That's the only reason why it had the latency like it did. But as far as fighting goes, I love that game. It was like Smash Bros, but it was PlayStation. And I think the character's a lot better than Nintendo's, in my opinion. Well, Pokemon's alright, but let's face it, Cole from Infamous is gonna mess up anybody.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't get that good of a push because of the whole being. It was supposed to be a $30 game. They got pushed to 60. It was given to a developer that was on their first job because again, it was supposed to be a $30 game. So I don't think it got a fair shake. And then the Smash Brothers comparisons pretty much just blasted it into oblivion. I mean, it didn't get a fair shake. I would love for them to just, go all in, especially with Final Fantasy VII Remake on the way. Give us a bunch of Final Fantasy characters on the roster, like Cloud, Sephiroth, something like that. And then bring in, like, some of the new characters from, like, not Heavenly Sword, but Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know her name off the top of my head. You still got Kratos, you got Drake, you got Ellie or something from The Last of Us. You got all these new IPs. I would love to see another mashup like that. That's personally what I think that would just steal the show.
They should do another broken Kratos. The air grabs. Oh my god.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I think that right there would just steal the show.
Yeah, you play a sweet tooth on that.
Yeah. I mean, because Twisted Metal was coming back out. They were re-releasing Twisted Metal around that same time. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, Warhawk. They even got a Warhawk character in the game. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I would love to see that. Want to talk about some of the rumored games though that are coming out, or that are going to be at E3 this year?
Well,
I mean,
Last of Us Part 2, maybe.
That'll definitely be there.
Part 1 was the biggest cliffhanger ever. If you didn't get the DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was fun. Just for me, it was short-lived. I kind of blew through the hard mode in about a day. But
yeah,
some games, it's when it comes back to. It'd be awesome to rent games. Still, but
yeah. So that way you don't have to burn money on a single-player experience.
Because games like that, it's I mean, you're gonna play it maybe once, maybe run through it a couple times, but once you're done, you're done. Not much you can do after that.
Yeah, understandable. Some of the things I've heard for this year's E3 is like Microsoft is actually going to try to focus on like heavy exclusives, which has been hurting their console because they've had no heavy exclusives. Scalebound was one, but they had to cancel that game. Crackdown has been just delayed to who knows when at this point. So it'll be interesting to see if Xbox will actually even focus on exclusives, but they've got to do something because Sony is just banging down the door with them. I've actually heard, like, what do you think about Xbox needing exclusives? I mean, Sony has a whole bunch.
I mean, yeah, Xbox does need their exclusives. It would make things a lot easier. Oh, hold on, pause. Joker, get over here.
You gotta yell at his dog real fast. But yeah, I mean, it would be interesting if they come out with like a bunch of exclusives. I mean, as long as they have a release date of this year, I think they would be okay, or at least the beginning of next year. But if it's like Crackdown where they announce a bunch of them and they have to constantly keep pushing them back, it just does nothing to sell the Xbox. I mean, why would you get a game on Xbox when Sony has, Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us, and you can still play the other games as well on there? It just hurts the Microsoft stock.
Yeah, I'm back.
But yeah.
I mean, I was never an Xbox fan, but for what Xbox is, it's only fair they get some good exclusives.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think of Horizon Zero Dawn 2 being announced? Do you think there's a chance of it? Because I know some people are rumoring that Sony's going to have that as well. I mean, to me, I really didn't play the first one. I know a lot of people did, and it was a big seller for the PS4. So it will be pretty cool to see if Sony's actually going to make like a sequel to it. I mean, I've also heard that Bethesda has a bunch of games coming. They're like going all out with it. Because I think this is the 10-year anniversary of Fallout 3. There's rumored to be a remastered Fallout 3 coming, as well as Fallout 76, which is online. Rage 2. There's another game I can't think of.
I heard
Like
of
they're just
Bloodborne. I just never heard of the Horizon Zero Dawn.
yep. Bloodborne 2 is are also rumored. That was the other one.
I'm surprised. I liked the game, but it felt like it wasn't too many supporters for Bloodborne.
I mean, it was supposed to be. Wasn't it like a neutered Dark Souls game in a way?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what a lot of people compared it to. It was like an easy mode for Dark Souls.
Yeah, might as well be playing Dark Souls or Skyrim.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do you think we'll get a Skyrim trailer, or not Skyrim trailer, but a Elder Scrolls game?
It'd be sick. Yeah, I can see that popping out. Yeah, I'd like to see a new Elder Scrolls. I've only played them like here and there at friends' houses, but I mean I enjoyed it. It was funny. You kind of can do whatever you want. You go into villages. You can be the bad guy and decide I'm going to murder all of you, or you can be the good guy and like make the village a better place, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I guess there's also talks of, since I think the Borderlands 1 remaster is coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and that there's talks. I think Gearbox has already said though that it's not coming to E3. I mean, what do you think the odds are that they're just like lying to people and that they're gonna come out in one of the conferences and just show Borderlands 3?
I would love to see another Borderlands. My perspective on Borderlands is, I think it's a great game, but it's finding people to play with you. Hint, hint. Yeah, it's a great game where multiplayer and co-op, running around and being bandits.
So you wouldn't say it's a fun game by itself then?
If you're gonna go solo on it, it's fun. It's just, a game like that. It's like Mercenaries. It's a lot funner with someone on your team.
Yeah, I agree. Playing with the different like specs in that.
Yeah, it's just a game like that. I mean, I know Borderlands 2 had online issues. They where I know we experienced it where it was hard for us to get into the same game because we're across the world.
Yeah, didn't handle very well.
Yeah, but as the game itself, I think it's one of the greatest franchises, the Borderlands, like Handsome Jack and stuff like that. But I still gotta finish playing that. We're not too far in the Handsome Jack collection.
I never even got the Handsome Jack collection personally. I played the first two and had fun with them for what they were. Let's talk Switch, since we haven't talked Nintendo all that much yet. We talked about it for the Pokemon Go thing. What do you think about Fortnite coming to the Switch? Because that is rumored.
I think for a game like Fortnite, it being as much consoles as possible is gonna be really great. Just because you have more people to play against. But is Nintendo? Is it gonna be like Xbox and PS4 where you can't play with your friends still? Because yeah, Nintendo, PS4, and Xbox, we don't want to play with those guys because then what's their system for? Yeah.
Well, a lot of the problem with Sony is the reason they give is because they can't control like what Xbox player does, so they can't ban them if they break TOS, and they don't want to have that problem, that conflict of interest.
Yeah, but what would an Xbox player do that a PS4 player?
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. Like, if an Xbox player is literally trash talking you, saying like death threats or something at you, Sony can't do anything about that at that point.
Oh, Microsoft could.
Yes, but you'd have to get in touch with Microsoft. If you're playing a PlayStation, are you really going to go out of your way to do that? Is what the whole holdup is with it.
But us playing PlayStation for our whole lives, do we really want to go our way to talk to Sony?
True.
Because we all know they have the greatest customer service in the world.
Oh, yep. Yeah, but sorry, I was reading something here, but I agree. I don't know. Switch will be interesting to see. I know they'll probably show Metroid Prime 4, I believe, as well as a Smash Brothers trailer, because Smash Brothers is supposed to be getting a new installment, like not a port like what Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was, or any of the other games like Hyrule Warriors. It's supposed to be getting its standalone Wii or Switch version. I kind of can't wait to see what that does and what that looks like.
Yeah, think they're gonna have any new characters on the Switch version.
They've already shown the Splatoon characters. I don't know if anybody else will be there. Like, I don't know if they're retaining the roster from the Wii U version and just doing upgrades graphically, because that would require them to put Cloud back in the game from Square. And I don't know if they have the licensing rights to put him in the Switch version. Like, what would happen there? It would be pretty cool to see. Maybe that's why they're having to do a new standalone Switch version of Smash, because they had Ryu from Street Fighter and Cloud from Final Fantasy, and then Bayonetta from I can't think of who, Platinum Games. So I'm guessing the reason they didn't just port it over was because they might not have the licensing rights to those characters anymore.
They also had Sonic too.
Sonic and Sega, or like Sega is pretty close to Nintendo these days, so I don't think that's a big of a problem. The Metroid Prime 4 reveal, I've actually, speaking of Smash Bros., I've heard Ridley is supposed to be a playable character from the Metroid series. Interestingly, he was supposed to be in the Wii U version of Smash, but they had to cut him due to time constraints.
Wait, which one is that? The one that goes invisible?
No, Ridley's the flying pterodactyl-looking thing from the Metroid series.
I want that invisible dude.
Yeah.
The one that kind of looks like
from Hunters.
Yeah. I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
League.
Cool. We talked about. Huh?
I used to play him on the DS all the time.
Yeah.
He's with the sniper and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Okay, we talked about Nintendo, we talked about Sony, we talked about Bethesda, we talked about Microsoft. Let's talk about Square Enix. And then we'll talk about EA and Activision after, and then we'll close out the show. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Square Enix. Square Enix is rumored to actually, I totally forgot about this from last year, but they actually have the rights from Marvel for an Avengers game. And I totally forgot about this. Like, they showed a trailer of it, I think last year at E3, where you could see Captain America's shield. You could see, like, Iron Man's, like, arm or something, it looked like, or his core. It wasn't an actual picture of Iron Man. It was just something off the suit. And nobody knew what it was. And then it showed at the end that it was being published by Square Enix.
Dude.
So I'm hoping we get something with that game.
Be awesome. Especially you get the Miles Spider-Man and things like that.
Yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see, because graphically Square, I think, has some of the best cutscene graphics in the business. Right up there with CyberConnect 2.
It's like
I've always thought,
There's like Marvel Heroes. They had a game with everyone in it. I mean, it was kind of crappy what they did. They had Deadpool, they had every Marvel character, and like a month or so after the full release, they ended up just shutting down all the servers without saying anything. Sony had to get on them because it was on the PlayStation. They try to get people's money back. I mean, the only thing they could do is get people's money back after the open beta.
Yeah. So this will be interesting to see what that game is. The Avengers from Square Enix. Tomb Raider's getting a new game, which I haven't played a Tomb Raider game in forever. They're more like Uncharted to me nowadays than what they were from the PlayStation days. I kind of burned out with those games back when Uncharted had 4 or 5 games out. Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is another one. Or did you want to talk about Tomb Raider?
Well, I was wondering, What kind of game you think the new Marvel game is going to be? You think it's going to be a fighter game? You think it's going to be RPG or?
I don't. It'll probably have RPG. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be a brawler with RPG elements, like a talent system. If I had to take a shot in the dark, because that's been Square's MO the past couple of years. Like 15 was kind of the same way. You had like a giant talent tree, and it was more combat-y, like running around, brawler style game. But who knows? Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm kind of hoping for RPG.
Yeah. Square hasn't done a true RPG in a long time.
Or like a Destiny.
Like a turn-based.
Like if they just straight up did Destiny with Marvel characters, that'd be sick.
See, I don't think it's going to be one of those. I think it's going to have an actual story to it, and then it's not going to be like giant, like multiplayer. Square's not known for their multiplayer games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You never know. They could do it. I'm sure they could do it if they wanted to.
Yeah, but they're working on a bunch of projects. I just don't think they have the time right now to put into a giant multiplayer game like that. I mean, they still have, like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3 in November that has to launch. Final Fantasy 7 Remake's on the horizon. Final Fantasy 16's probably in development. I mean, they're spread pretty thin.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be pretty huge. But
you've got Tomb Raider they're working on, like I said, Just Cause 4. I think they're working on a sequel to Nier Automata, or however you want to pronounce it. I mean, they're pretty busy right now, so I don't think it would be some giant game. I think it would just be like a story, maybe focused around something in the Marvel universe that kind of ties in. But honestly, though, like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be a big one. That's going to be huge. I wonder if they're going to do it at the Square conference or if they're going to do it on either the Xbox or PlayStation conference. Because it is important which one they do it at, like just because it's a big game. Like if Sony has nothing to fill and they get the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, that is going to be huge for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably the most sought after game this year.
Yeah, because it's been in development for 10 years.
Even Black Ops is whatever compared to the Kingdom Hearts 3 being announced.
Yeah, because it's been a meme. Like people have been waiting forever for Kingdom Hearts 3. And now we're officially getting a November release date from what I've heard. So maybe we'll actually get that finalized and we'll get a guaranteed release. As well as maybe see some of the new worlds, maybe get some type of bonus thing for buying it on PlayStation. Just something cool like that. I would even like the demo that they launched. Like I said in my YouTube video, I would love to see them come out on stage, show the trailer, and at the end of the trailer, have like another like mini trailer saying that, like showcasing some of the demo stuff, and then have like over that say you can now play this on PlayStation right now. Because they did already invite people out to play the game and test it.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
And it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility because they did it with 15 as well with Type 0. Because I think did a trailer for Type 0, or no, it was for 15. They did like another demo that was a pre-beta. They did a demo for it like right after the trailer and said, try it out right now. I would love to see that for KH3. I think that concludes Square Enix, right? Unless there's anything else you want to talk about with them.
No, that's about it.
Okay, let's move on to EA here. EA is going to have Anthem, Madden, and Battlefield 5. Any of those? Huh?
They can stick to Madden.
You're not interested in a Battlefield 5 Battle Royale mode?
I mean, it intrigues me. It's just EA can go die.
Yeah, they're also releasing Anthem, which is supposed to be similar to Destiny. I think it's their version of Destiny. And they're saying that it's not going to be a bad game, but I mean, they said that with Battlefront 2, and look what happened there.
Yep, I've been an EA fan since freaking Conquer. But what they did to Battlefront 2 was disgraceful.
Yeah. I mean, when you have to have the rights holder get involved and make them cut your DLC, it's not a good day. It's definitely not a good day for you. Not a good look either.
I mean, if they get their heads out their sphincters, then maybe.
What do you guys in chat think about EA? Do you guys think they'll have a decent showing this year at E3? Like I said, me personally, I don't really have a stake in any of their games. I haven't really enjoyed Battlefield in a long time. Anthem just seems like a Destiny clone to me. It's their version of the futuristic sci-fi genre. And then Madden's just Madden. You get that every year.
Yeah.
I did hear they lost the right. EA did lose the rights to golf, so maybe there's hope that football will also eventually kind of get away from EA, and we'll be able to have that boom period where a bunch of sports games made by other developers come out. Because I mean, they don't really improve on Madden all that much each year. It's still buggy every year.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess Madden still. It's still you get your updated rosters. That's the main thing. But
Yeah, true.
That's
It's
what it
about
is.
what you're paying the $60 for is the updated rosters.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Let's move on to Activision then, so we can just wrap this up. What do you think of Activision? I think the only thing they're really showing, obviously, is Destiny and Call of Duty.
I'm down for the new Black Ops. I like the what they did with Black Ops 3.
There won't be any jetpacks. There won't be any of that futuristic movement in this game. This one takes place in between 2 and 3.
I'm not down for Black Ops 4. I think it's junk.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree, Code. I forgot about Red Dead as well. I forgot about Rockstar Games. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be anything at E3 this year for Red Dead. I would imagine there probably will be, but I don't think they have their own conference, so it'll probably show up in either the Xbox or it'll show up in the PlayStation conference. I know I've heard the title Days Gone, but I don't remember. I think that's Sony, right? I'm trying to think of what that game is. I'm pretty sure it was shown last year, wasn't it? Yeah. Was it the zombie game? Yeah, okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, I know what you're talking about then. It was that one where they basically had the zombies or whatever. They threw rocks at the bandits, I guess you could call them, for lack of a better word, and then the zombies like swarmed them.
wait, what game is this? That sounds pretty cool.
It's called Days Gone. It was showcased last year at E3. Nobody really knew what it was. A lot of people, I think, thought it was a Last of Us 2 trailer, if I remember correctly. And then it showed up as Days Gone, and then they showed Last of Us 2 at the end. So yeah, I forgot about Rockstar. I wonder if we'll get a GTA 6 announcement. Probably not with Red Dead 2 coming out. I would imagine they'd probably do Red Dead this year, then GTA 6 next year. But I think that'll wrap it up, unless you want to add anything, Coda, in chat or whatnot. We can
okay.
run down, but
I seen trailers. Yeah, Days Gone does look pretty sick.
But yeah, unless anybody else in chat wants to add something that they want to see at E3, we can discuss. I don't know if Bully will ever get a sequel. I think it's just one of those games. I mean, they're making boatloads of money off GTA right now. They're going to be making boatloads of money off Red Dead. I just don't think Bully is going to be popular enough for them to turn their sights to it anytime soon. But I mean, for what it was, the game was pretty cool. It was like a low tier GTA, I guess, in terms of like what GTA does. But okay, unless. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty much what it's going to be, though. Sadly, like they made thousands, or not thousands, but billions of dollars almost off of just the microtransactions, I'm sure, of GTA 5. I mean, that's just where they're headed. I mean, that's just what that game type is nowadays. Because at GTA 5, you're basically simulating life. So if you want to buy these awesome things, you can go out and buy them with real money, like as if you were, really buying them.
Yeah, no, I usually go to the mountain and wait for UFOs. But I haven't found one yet. Did they have that GTA 5?
I thought they had something like paranormal, like Bigfoot, I think.
I swear they had UFOs. I mean, they might have Bigfoot too.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't played GTA 5. Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up on that, Coda. Like, with the money they made off of GTA 5's microtransactions, I could see them doing the same thing to Red Dead. Like, praying for the best, but, preparing for the worst. I would say with that.
I feel like
because everyone.
I feel like if they're gonna start doing microtransactions with all these games, they should, I don't know, make the games not $60 at that point.
Yeah,
I'm more willing to pay $20 for a game and a few microtransactions than $60 plus DLC plus microtransactions.
Yeah.
Like, do you think they are as gamers are made of money or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I heard about the Red Dead Battle Royale mode too. I've also heard about it being in GTA 6 as well. So I don't doubt it. I mean, everybody's trying to get in on that Battle Royale craze. I mean, both Black Ops 4 and Battlefield 5 have one. So, I mean, that right there tells you where the industry's headed. If two of the biggest yearly launched games are going to have that mode.
I mean, that's probably the only reason I get Black Ops 4 for that mode.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of interested in it because it's going to be a map made up of all the past maps from Call of Duty that were popular.
Well, that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it got big in H1Z1, and then it just kind of grew out of control from there. After King of the Kill came out. I mean, I'm trying to think of where they could even go. What would be the next phase for a shooter? I mean, to me, like a Battle Royale in the same sense is kind of like a free-for-all mode. It's just bigger, expanded upon.
I'd like to see something like, Galactic Conquest and Battlefront 2, the PS2 version.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something like that where you just got, you're part of this huge space, like huge ship, and you're like warring over a galaxy or a planet or something. I mean, I know they got games like that already, but
they just didn't pick up steam.
Yeah, but it just takes one of these bigger developers to pick it up in order for it something like that to kick off. 'Cause, I mean, that'd be sick. I mean, it'd put a lot bigger stresses on like people who do like squad games and raids and stuff, because then your team's gonna be like, oh, we have to be on at this time so we can get these planets or this country, like big risk game or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see, like, take off, because you'd have to have coordination with your friends and whatnot. It'd be like WoW raiding almost, except for on a grander scale, more real time.
Yeah, like I know there's a PC games already like that, and there's one kind of like that for PS4 for a while. I forgot what it's called. It's free to play, but it actually linked.
Warframe.
Yeah, it might have been Warframe. Yeah, where there's another server for the PC players where they're pretty much making the movements for the people on Warframe or whatever that game was. They're two different games, but they're linked together.
Oh, you're talking about? I think it's not
Warframe.
It's Eve or something, isn't it?
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
I think it's Eve or it's not Eve. Rust. Wasn't it Rust? Hey, he's gone.
Eve Online.
I think it might have been Rust. Can't hear me.
No, I think you're right. It was Eve.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
But okay, guys. we're off topic here. We're rambling now.
You right?
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show this week. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks, Coda, for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed what you could catch. Next week there will not be a show because we're going to be doing like live E3 coverage, like with trailers or whatnot. We'll have it up on stream, and you guys can come in and talk with us and enjoy the trailers together. So we'll be doing that for anybody that wants to stop by. I'll try to do it like throughout the weekend because it starts on Saturday, early Saturday. I think it's like 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern is the first conference. I think it's Bethesda who opens the show this year. I don't have the schedule right now next to me, but it goes until I think Tuesday, and my co-host will try to come in and out or whatever whenever he can because we're 6 hours apart, so it's really hard for him to do the whole Pacific time thing.
Yeah.
But I'll cover as much of it as I can, and we'll just do that next week. There won't be a show.
I mean,
So
I can do Pacific time.
Well, it all is Pacific time. It's all Pacific time.
I feel like my time's Pacific time. I'm in the middle of it.
No. Well, you're 3 hours. We're both 3 hours apart from it.
Not even. I can see the Pacific if I go to the top of my driveway.
You know what I mean.
Ah.
It's a 3-hour split for both of us. So if something starts at 2, it'd be 5 my time and then 11 your time.
All right.
But yeah. So we'll figure something out. So if you want to stop by then, Coda, and hang out and just chill and watch the trailers with us and talk it over.
Yeah,
for anybody else out there watching, don't feel afraid to talk and chat. I know some people just like to lurk, but if you guys want to put your input in, feel free to, and we can discuss. But with that, if you enjoyed the show, be sure to leave a follow. It'll be going up on YouTube. We're going to try to get caught back up on the YouTube. We've got episode 6 basically done, and we'll try to get this one up by Wednesday on the YouTube. Be sure to check out the Discord if you haven't already. We're trying to build a community. We don't have a lot of people in there yet, but it's how you build.
Slowly upgrading.
There you go. So yeah, with that, we're going to head out and stick around. If you're watching this on YouTube, stick around for the ArchonTV What Anime Recommendation of the Week. As always, I'll see you on that side. And until next week.
This is Sir Fat Nut signing out. And thanks for stopping by. See you next week.
Yep. Later. Okay, what is up, everybody? Archon Tsunami here, bringing you the ArchonTV What Anime Recommendation of the Week. This week is Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is split up into 3 series. I guess you could even say seasons, but they have different titles, so I would like to think of them as different series. Anyway, the first one covers what happens to a boy named Ken Kaneki and kind of his transition into becoming a ghoul. Because what happens to him is, in the first episode, he goes on a date with this girl who happens to be a ghoul and is really looking to kill him and then, eat him and devour him and whatnot. But something happens, an accident like at a construction site kind of causes these blocks to come down on both him and the ghoul. And to save him, they have to implant the ghoul's organs into Ken to save his life. And from there, he starts turning into a ghoul, and it's kind of his struggle of becoming a ghoul and learning to get over being able to eat to survive. By the end of the first season, something happens with some of the people that Ken begins to trust, because he ends up at this cafe for ghouls, and this investigation squad that tries to suppress ghouls ends up finding out about some of the people that work there are affiliated with the cafe, and they end up killing one of them, and it kind of starts a war. Season 2 kind of goes over that war with because eventually there's another group of ghouls that are trying to fight back as well, and Ken ends up joining them because of what happened at the cafe, and he just wants to protect everybody, or all the people that he's made friends with or whatever there. And from there, at the end of season 2, begins season 3, obviously. And season 3 has, I won't spoil it for you guys, so just be sure to check out 1 and 2. But it's a pretty big cliffhanger with what happens in Tokyo Ghoul RE. But yeah, that'll be it for the synopsis. Let's go for ratings. I would say it's definitely MA. There's a lot of hyper violence, ghouls are eating people, so
that type of stuff. I don't know if there's really any fan servicey stuff. I think there probably is, and I'm just not remembering it all that well, but it's not a main focal point of the show. I think it's more the violence that's the focal point of the show. Swearing, stuff like that, there is swearing in the show. So yeah. With season 3 being dubbed now, I would definitely recommend picking up Tokyo Ghoul, especially from the beginning. Just because there was such a long gap between 2 and 3, and the cliffhanger at the end of 2, it was pretty bad. But now that 3's here, you guys don't have to deal with that. This is also another Funimation anime. It's kind of a long one, so if you're looking for something to use that 7-day free trial on, giving you guys all the content I can here to help you out, so you guys aren't wasting your 7-day free trial if you enjoy it from there. Like I said, they have a bunch of other really good titles. Note before anybody asks, I'm not sponsored by Funimation. I just really enjoy the anime that they have. And if you like anime, I'm sure in the dub format, you will also enjoy it. So yeah. But anyway, that is this week's anime recommendation of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. And we'll see you guys back here next week. Later.